Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jane and today I'm going to be telling you how to prepare for a Brazilian. You're probably wondering why I'm doing this video because I haven't mentioned anything in my previous videos, but I am a licensed esthetician. I am a body waxer and I've been doing it for a year now. And I thought, what better way to prepare for like a Brazilian if you had like a video to tell you like from start to finish, like everything you need to know, how to prepare, what to look for, what to know about like a Brazilian. And I think it's just like, I have a lot of good knowledge, I feel like I have a lot of good information, so I thought I'd make a video on it. So I hope you guys enjoy and let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is pain.
No, Kelly Clarkson!
If you are getting a Brazilian, there is going to be somewhat of pain. I don't care who you talk to, I don't care what you see or what you hear on the internet, there is going to be pain. And it's like getting a tattoo, you know, everyone's pain threshold is different, so whether it be really painful or really not painful, you kind of just have to have like no expectations in that part, but just know that there's just going to be a little bit of pain involved. And it's not going to be totally like that bad, but there's just gonna be a little discomfort here and there. It's your first wax. The first wax is always the most painful out of any of the waxes you will get in your life. The only thing I can compare it to, because people are like, oh, like what does it feel like? I would say it's like ripping a big band-aid off. I mean, it varies from different people, but that's pretty much how I would describe the pain. I think we can all agree we've all shaved at one point in our life, or we have continued to shave throughout the entirety of our life. And I'm gonna tell you right now, stop shaving, put that razor down, girl. Like, do not shave anymore. Waxing is just the next step up. It's gonna be the best thing for you. And actually, shaving is probably like the worst hair removal you can do for yourself. Like, it works for some people, but the majority of people who come through to get their first Brazilians tell me like, I hate shaving. Shaving gives me bumps, shaving gives me ingrowns, shaving gives me really bad just here like stuff, you know? And I just want to tell you that shaving is probably the worst thing you can do for yourself. So before you make an appointment, just note that we like to see a hair growth at least 1/4 of an inch. And that inch, 1/4 of an inch is really, really important because we really want that hair to grow so that we can get an accurate wax. And also, with that being said, the 1/4 of an inch, just to give you kind of a reference, is like a grain of rice. So the anagen phase of hair growth is what we want to see. There's 3 cycles of the hair cycle, 3 phases of the hair cycle. So it's the anagen phase, the catagen phase, and then the telogen phase. We like to see the hair growth at the anagen phase, which is like the start of the hair cycle, and then the catagen phase is like where the hair continues to grow. That's the middle phase, and then the telogen phase is when the hair all starts to fall off at some point. But before you make the appointment, we want you to stop shaving at least 4 to 5 weeks before your appointment. So think about when you want to go get waxed, and then think about how long you need to wait until you stop shaving. So 4 to 5 weeks is when you need to stop shaving. You need to give your hair some time to grow a little bit. I know it can be irritating. I know some people are like, I can't stand the hair down there. Trust me, it's gonna be a lot better. When the hair is nice and long and the appropriate length, the hair will come out nice and smooth and we won't have any issues during the wax. Everyone that I have seen come through my door, I have seen any and every type of ingrown I think imaginable, and I think that's why we want to stop shaving, because ingrowns just happen. I'm not guaranteeing Waxy gets rid of every single ingrown, but it does eliminate and helps prevent any of those ingrowns from forming. Ingrowns happen, just to give you a little information about them, they happen because there's like a multitude of different sources. So one of it is bacteria. Sometimes people like to go get waxed and then they like to go work out afterwards. Sometimes a lot of like sweat and oils and all these different things kind of mesh together and create an ingrown, and then sometimes bacteria can be involved, so you can get ingrowns that way. You can get ingrowns from if you have, let's say, like really curly hair sometimes, or any type of curl to your hair. That hair will curl on itself when it's growing, and then it gets stuck underneath that epidermis, that first layer of the skin. So that's why it doesn't want to pop all the way through. And sometimes you can see there's like a little black dot on the ingrown, and that's when you know hair is kind of stuck underneath that. Also, ingrowns can form because we're not exfoliating the bikini area. It's really actually important to exfoliate the bikini area. Just like every other part of the skin, we want to exfoliate and get rid of that dead skin and get that hair follicle to grow freely. And so in turn, there is a lot of products that an esthetician or a waxer will you know, say like, hey, I see that you have ingrowns, like let me show you and tell you about these products that we have that are going to be great to eliminate and prevent those ingrowns from forming. Also, another thing to note is if you stay consistent with your wax, you're going to have a lot better outcome in general, and that way ingrowns won't have a chance to really form if you stay on top of your waxing schedule. So we want to see you back every 4 to 5 weeks. So 4 weeks being the like earliest you can go, and then 5 weeks is like a good, I would say like perfect time to come, and then 6 weeks is kind of pushing it, but overall it's like you're still in that time frame, so you still can come in. So, but if you keep a consistent schedule between 4 to 5 weeks, then you won't see those ingrowns. Here is just a few ingredients to look out for when you are trying to decide whether or not to buy a product from your waxer, and these products are all safe to use. They're all either dermatologist tested or whatever place tests them, just to make sure that they're good for the skin, and they also won't mess up your pH either. So the first ingredient would be tea tree oil. I love tea tree oil, trying to get rid of ingrowns. It's probably my favorite product to buy. It is in a lot of products for ingrowns. It's an antiseptic, so that also is used for acne treatments too, so you know that it gets rid of the bumpiness and ingrown. Chamomile is also an ingredient that are in a lot of the products, and it's anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, and it's also a soothing product, so it helps calm the skin, calm the redness, calm the irritation of the skin. Papaya is an organic plant exfoliant, so that really helps get rid of all that dead skin laying on the top surface of the epidermis, and that will really help kind of make it easy on you when you're trying to exfoliate. It's in a product, so it does the work for you. Aloe vera is also in a lot of these products, meant for soothing the skin. It helps calm the skin. It's an astringent. It basically will just, again, help calm the skin, soothe the skin. As you know, aloe vera comes and helps with sunburns, so that will help with the after waxing. So once you get done with your wax, it's probably gonna be like your head's gonna be all over the place. I mean, I was when I first got waxed. I mean, granted, my first wax experience was in school and it took 2 hours, so I really didn't know what to think. But for you, it's gonna be like, okay, I got through that, like, whoa, like what a interesting experience. Like, I don't know how to think of it. But just note that right afterwards, the waxer is probably gonna spit out a lot of information at you. So I'm gonna say like what to expect afterwards, what not to do after waxing, just because I know your head's gonna be like all jumbled afterwards, and sometimes you're just not gonna remember like what they said. So what not to do afterwards for 24 hours. So you want to avoid any pools, hot tubs, saunas, baths for 24 hours. Sometimes that water can get into the pores that just got waxed, and sometimes that can irritate it really badly. No sex or exercise or any excess heat afterwards. You can form these little bumps that just don't go away for a while. It sucks. And avoid wearing tight clothing. Also, go on a day, like get this appointment when you don't have to do anything, like no work. You don't have to like go home and do a million trillion things. Like go home, relax, put on some really loose pants, you know, watch some Netflix, watching TV, whatever you may do, just like relax. It's like you're gonna want to. Along with feeling like crazy after you got waxed, you're also gonna feel a little bit tender and sore down in the bikini area. It is just gonna happen. It's your first wax. You have no idea like what your skin just went through and like what your hair, you just ripped all your hair out. Like you're gonna feel a little tender and sore to the touch, but that's just gonna go away after 24 hours. Same with being red. Sometimes you can be beet red afterwards. Or just have a slight pink tone to your skin, so don't worry about that. That will go after about 24 hours. So again, plan these waxes accordingly. So if you are going to like an event, like if you're going to like a pool party, if you're going to like, or having a wedding, or going anywhere involving that you're gonna be showcasing your bikini area, I would say go to 2 to 3 days before that event happens, just because that way you'll know your skin's gonna not look red, your bumps and all that texture is gonna go away, and you're not gonna feel as sore and tender to the touch. And usually after like that 2 to 3 day mark, you're gonna look so smooth, you're gonna look freaking airbrushed. It's crazy how much of a wax can be different than shaving. I promise you it's gonna be great, especially when you're consistent. Also, one thing to note as well as your first wax, you're probably gonna have hair left over. Like we said in the beginning, that hair cycle, sometimes people come in way sooner than they should. So I see people who shave like 7 to 10 days before they come into their appointment, and not all the hair is gonna come out. It's gonna be way more painful. It's just gonna be a hassle trying to get all that hair out. So like that being said, like your first wax, you're gonna see hair left over. It's just how it goes. But the more you do it, the more you be consistent with your waxes, they will definitely get all the hair each and every time. After watching this video, I hope you guys are not discouraged by getting a wax, but definitely thinking about it. If you have, you know, the time and the money to go do it, I really highly suggest go doing it. I mean, I've seen people mood switch after they get done waxing because they're just like, wow, this is really gonna change, you know, my life. Like, I'm not being dramatic and they're not being dramatic, but it really does help your overall confidence, and you can go to that pool party or that beach or wherever you go and feel really confident, and you don't have to worry about those bumps or anything. So if you guys have any more questions, or if you have questions, you know, even estheticians or waxers watching this video, please give any more information down below. I really love making these types of videos. I really love giving out this information because I think it is really good general information to know about waxing and Brazilians in general. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My Instagram will be linked down below. Follow me on there if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.